not a YouTuber, just like making videos. And in this video here, we're going to talk about, can black people be racist? There are those that not only feel that black people can be racist, but black people are the most racist and more racist than white people. See, in this in this video here, I'm not even going to answer that question, whether a black person can be racist. My thing is, what's the point? What does it matter? It's almost like asking, can a squirrel kill a human being? Now, technically, a squirrel can, if it jumps out the tree and jump on a person's neck and slice his neck open with his big incisors, or incisors, or whatever you call those teeth. But people don't think about it because it's not likely to happen, and so forth. And with black people not controlling any of the, major institutions or corporations, there's no way black people can even flex any sort of racial muscle. Black people can't create any sort of racial barrier or things of that nature, or make white people become powerless victims to racism, where black people can ensue racism on them and white people just have no power to counteract and so forth. And that's the thing. But if we assume that black people can be racist, we still have to also come to the conclusion that black people are the least racist. That there's no way, according to all the information, all the data out there, that black people's racism will ever come close to white people. When it comes to the racist Olympics, whites will get the gold all the time. And a lot of black people's quote-unquote racism or bigotry, it's almost like a reaction or self-defense. That we have assumed that if black people didn't have this long turbulent history here in America, facing all sorts of humiliation and turmoil, that we may not be, so lack of a better word, bitter towards white people. That, it's like working for a company, and let's say you're wrongfully terminated, and then you're walking around and you're huffing and puffing, you're saying a whole lot of derogatory things about your former workplace because they fired you. But if if you were still working there, you'll be a happy little bee without anything negative to say, well, at least in public. Or you ask a girl out and she shoots you down mighty hard, and you're calling her a bitch and a hoe. But if she accepted you and you guys were able to kindle some sort of romance, then yeah, it'll be a different outcome. You see what I mean? So it's almost like white people push black people in a corner, and as soon as we push back, oh, you're a racist. And that's the thing. So as you can tell, that in this video, I'm going in on white people. I wouldn't say I'm going in on them, but it's just, I just want to just call out the bullshit or whatever. Because, in my past videos, had a lot of videos calling out black people. And that's what people want. They want people to call out black people and so forth. Now, I understand the black community is very dysfunctional. It's upside down. It's topsy-turvy. I understand that, but still, people must understand that my videos, my channel, does not have an agenda. And that's the thing. YouTube has become faker than TV. With these channels, people have their agendas, they have their audience they want to cater to. That's why people come out with the same fucking video over and over again. Some things I like to switch things up. Add a little bit of spice. So nobody watches my videos anyway. So I'm to the point where I don't give a damn about anybody. So therefore, I can have the freedom. My opinion is not in anybody's pocket. I say what the hell I want to say. go after who I want to go after. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gets put under the microscope when it comes to Pinhead's Blackston's channel. Okay, and let me where did I lose my place? Now, for those that say, well, racism is just racism, a black person be racist or a white person be racist. Well, can we do that when it comes to crime? Can I say, well, you know, crime is just crime. White people commit crime, black people commit crime, you know. But there's people that are going to be like, oh, well, wait a minute. Black people commit a large, there's a lot of criminal activity in the black community, you know what I'm saying, and it's disproportionate to their population. Black people commit more crimes per capita. Black people are on welfare, per capita. You know, we can say black people and white people are on welfare. We can say black people and white people are committing crimes. But white people say, well, based on the analytics, based on the data and the information, black people just commit a lot of crime per capita. It's just how it is. I'm like, that's not racist. It's the truth. You know, and I'll give them that. But going by racism, going by the data, going by the information available to me, looking at things from a historical context, white people are more racist than black people. You know, and that's the thing, that they have created a sort of racism that is almost physical, that is almost tangible, that you know what I'm saying, that has hurt black people's pockets and have endangered black people's lives. Now, when it comes to crime, you know, if I was to go in a time machine and go back to the 1930s and the 1940s, when white people committed way more crime than blacks. You know what I'm saying? Even going by, even though, you know, you have more white people than black people, even population wise, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And when we're talking about the crimes that they're actually locking people up for, because there's crimes where they don't lock people up for, and there's crimes that they do. So we have to assume that black people commit the majority more crimes as of, you know, what they lock people up for. You know what I'm saying? They incarcerate people for. But if I had a conversation with a white man in the 1930s, you know, about, you know, who commits the most crime, first the white person would tell me to shut up, nigger. But he'll just say, well, you know, black people commit crime too. He's not going to go into, yeah, well, us white people, yeah, we do commit a lot of crime. You know, we got all these mobsters here. We got people coming out, coming fresh off the boat, wanting to get their thug on, you know. But he'll say, well, crime is just crime. I heard about this story about some black guy that shot somebody. So, you know, everybody's committing crime. But since black people have surpassed white people in this sort of, you know what I'm saying, of lowbrow criminal behavior that they're locking people up for, and we're not even true that black people are actually committing more crime, but let's just say, for the sake of the argument, we are, you know, as far as when it comes to murder, you know, and so forth. You know what I'm saying, once black people are coming to lead, okay, white people are going to use that against us. They're going to be like, yeah, everybody's committing crime. You guys commit a whole lot of crime. You know, see, the thing is with white people, they love breaking out their measuring sticks, you know, and their weighing scales when determining who's doing the most of what. You know, like what country is more productive than the other country, what country is doing this, what nation is doing that, what nation is leading in test scores and things of that nature. They just don't say, hey, there's smart people in Japan, there's smart people in Europe. And you see what I mean? So therefore, we have to assume that white people are the most racist. Except of Western medicine. You know what Western medicine is. White people consider it, this is unique. You know, we took, you know, plants or whatever, and then we crystallized it, and we revolutionized the medicine field. You know, by the concept of Western medicine, putting it in the capsule and selling it to them. But what about the concept of Western slavery? See, when it comes to the bad things white people do, they say, well, everybody does it. And, you know, all sorts of people does that. You know, everybody dealt with slavery. You know, you had the slobs, you know, and so forth. But what about the westernized slavery? you have to admit the transatlantic slave trade was unique. It was cruel. It was heinous. It was virtually unthinkable. It was different than, if I was a dude in Africa and I said, what, do I want to be enslaved by other Africans or do I want to be enslaved by this white man? I say, hey man, I'd rather be enslaved by these other Africans or whatever and do my 7 years, and so forth. Matter of fact, if a female slave was to get impregnated by somebody, in a high place, an African chiefdom or whatever, that the son, that son can be an heir. That son can inherit things. He won't be looked at as just a regular slave, as if with American slave, the white man impregnates a black female and here you got a mulatto slave. They may work them in the house or whatever, but then again, Frederick Douglass was mixed and Frederick Douglass worked out there in the field. So, you see what I'm saying? So therefore, but when it comes to something great that they've done, like establish democracy, when it comes to technology and things of that nature, they put themselves in a different category. And they come and they write books about it. They try to define it. About the westernization or colonization. That hey, this is something white people have done. This is white people's inventions. But when it comes to something that is just cruel and unusual that they do, they're like, well, everybody does that. You can't say just us white people do it. See, and this is what I want to break down. Now, let's go into the Trump rally. The Trump rallies. We know that there are black people, Black Lives Matter has been showing up at his rallies, and they've been catching a bad one. And then people have said that, well, black people are complete buffoons. You know what goes on in these rallies, so why in the hell would you walk in there? And they're right. These people these people are animals. They got a mob mentality. But, if a white person was to walk into a black neighborhood, get robbed, get popped or whatever, people aren't going to say that, well, you was walking in a black neighborhood, you know what goes on there. What was you doing there? They're going to say black people are savages. How, these black people tear up their own neighborhoods and so forth. Trump rallies, that's the epitome of white privilege. And we have to ask ourselves, why are Trump rallies like this? I'm like, the stuff that goes on in Trump rallies make world star hip hop look like the fucking something you see on Nickelodeon. Remember that show, You Can't Do That on Television? Something like that. So why don't we just analyze Trump rallies? Like, why are they like that? Why are they so fucking ratchet? And ghetto? Why do these people have this sort of mentality? They didn't have this mentality at Bush rallies, or Reagan rallies and so forth. All sorts of political assemblies or whatever have their protests and things of that nature. Even the UN or whatever. I remember when there was some, what's that? Some Arabic leader was speaking at an event, and like the gay rights people, because how Arabs treat gay people, was protesting. They just got walked out. People didn't say just beat them down like, oh, you shouldn't have been here protest. They were wearing like these rainbow afros protesting. So if people look at it, there's people that have always protested at certain get-together, at rallies and so forth. It's just that at a Trump rally, you catch a beat down. And I admit that there's a lot of people going there grandstanding. They want to create a spectacle. They want the Trump supporters to put their hands on them and so forth. I understand that. They may be enticing them, but white people are supposed to be, the epoch of decent society. They should be like, hey, we're not going to give them what they want. I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to disrupt things. Hey, let's just get some security here. Escort them out. While they escort them out, don't throw nothing at them. Let's show them that, hey, we're not like this. I remember a Trayvon Martin rally. And these white guys was trolling it. They was wearing shirts saying, this shirt is black, therefore it can say the word nigger. And a black guy there, he was like, don't pay them no attention. We know what they want. They're trying to get us to react a certain way. Don't pay him no attention. Don't pay him. And he did the right thing. The white guys started laughing and they left. You know, and that's the thing. So therefore, and TYT Network put this on the table. Imagine if Obama rallies were like that. Imagine if white girls was being mushed in the face by black men at Obama's rallies. Well, people say, well, you know, what you doing going to an Obama rally? You know what they're like. No, they'll call black people primitive savages and things of that nature, and they'll say that we should bring back slavery. Imagine if Obama just went and said, get them out of here. Get them out of here. You know, imagine with Obama, when Obama was up against McCain. Imagine if, you know, we know that McCain toted the fact that he was a POW. Imagine if Obama said, well, you know, I like the soldiers that weren't captured. Now, this is what Donald Trump said. Donald Trump that literally said about McCain, I like the soldiers that were never, you know what I'm saying, captured. You know, that's why Montel Williams was mad at him, because Montel Williams is ex-military, so forth. That's why a lot of Republicans are mad at Donald Trump and so forth. Now, I don't really have nothing really against Trump per se. I think Trump is actually bringing black people together. Trump is a fucking politician, and he's going to say whatever he says, you know what I'm saying, to get a vote. You know what I'm saying? He's appealing to the lowest common denominator, and he's bringing out emotions that people already had. The same reason why I don't have much disdain for Hitler, because if you know what I'm saying, people already had to have these emotions in them for someone to want to bring it out. So it's partly the people's fault rather than, you know what I'm saying, just the orator. That's all I want to say. Thanks for watching. Never stop learning. Yeah, and I'll say this, that think of the Nation of Islam or a Louis Farrakhan rally. I think if white people showed up to a Farrakhan rally, that they'll be safe. That black people won't be so riled up after listening to, you know, these pro-black activists like, you know what I'm saying, Dr. Umar Johnson and so forth, that they're going to go out and smash a white person's face. You see what I mean? It won't get their tempers, you know what I'm saying, they won't be so high off emotional adrenaline to go and do something to a white person, you know, even if a white person is somewhat protesting and things of that nature. That's all I want to say. Thanks for watching, and Sally forth.